Yeah, that
you
is nice,
said,
Sabrina.
even though you knew he had no friends, family, or acquaintances to speak of, if after the second date, you still would have gone on a third date.
I mean,
You would have ended up in a potato sack in the ground.
Yeah.
Shout it out and let them know it's the Davina and Sabrina Show. These girls got a lot of sass, got topics with a lot of class. Davina and Sabrina Show. Spill the tea, drink it up. These girls really know what's up. Spill the tea, drink it up. These girls really know what's up. Davina, Sabrina, it's Davina and Sabrina. Davina and Sabrina Show.
Welcome to another episode of the Davina and
Sabrina Show.
Woo woo!
Welcome back. Welcome back. We are back. Please continue to support us. Like, share. We are on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, all under the Davina Sabrina Show.
So today, our episode is green flag, red flags. What's yours? So a bit of an introduction to the topic. So green flags are something which shows there's a positive slant to the relationship and it's likely to succeed. Red flags show that obviously it's problematic and could possibly end, and it's probably an indication to get out of that particular relationship. Sabrina, over to you.
Okay, so according to Berkshire Life Studies revealed that an average within 42 minutes and 29 seconds of a first date, most people know whether they would progress to a second date, and proving that first impression count. Yes. Okay, so the Brits declare lack of independency as a red flag, which is in second place. And 76% of people believe that only talking about themselves is a red flag.
And according to Clothes Make the Man blog, it revealed, according to Brits, us here in the UK, being attentive is the top green flag, with 60% loving being the centre of attention. We all know someone like that, I'm sure. And then who pays for the bill is second place. So if you offer to pay at least nearly half the bill, in the UK, 47% of people award this as the second best green flag. So that whole 50-50, paying the bill, again, second place. Then both men and women find it attractive for their date to pay all, with 48% of women and 44% of men considering it to be a positive act. That's quite interesting statistics.
Like if I go on a date and it's a date and I like you and he's asking you to go halves,
I've had that.
I'll be honest, that would be a red flag.
I've had that.
Yeah, that would be.
Yeah, there wasn't any other dates
age,
after
anyway.
that. Yeah. Yeah. Maybe when I was younger, you can go with the 50-50, but no.
Hold on. Hold the hell on.
I will not double down on that.
No, wait. So, are you talking about the first date?
First date.
The first date, the first time you're having dinner with somebody, and he doesn't, he offers, he requests or suggests paying half.
Yes.
That's a red flag for you.
Yes.
Get in the bin. Get in the bin. Hot first date, and he has to pay all of it.
Yeah.
Yes.
The backside.
But to be honest, my first dates tend to be coffee dates. So,
Okay,
yeah.
all right, okay.
Absolutely.
I'm
And
sorry.
I've been in that situation.
This is just me. This is me personally, right? First of all, quick disclaimer: I genuinely don't mind paying because that's just the way I brought up. But for you to expect him to pay, that's nastiness.
Let me, narcissistic.
That's nastiness.
Oh, nasty.
It's
Okay.
just nastiness
One thing I will do, let me just say that I will always offer.
Yeah.
I will always offer.
with zero intention.
With
zero intention.
the
No, but I will,
expectation for him to say, no, I got this. I have been in that situation. I know that's probably why I'm still single. Well, kind of. But hold on a bit. No, I have been in a situation. I went on a date with somebody a very, very long time ago, and we met on Hinge and dating app or whatever. Maybe it was Tinder. I can't remember. But it was actually someone I knew. And anyway, we went out, and he offered to, like, he just was like, "Do you want to pay half?" And of course I did. I had no, I will pay. I'll be honest, because we had such a good time. I couldn't help it. At the end of it. She was like, "Do you know what? This is lovely, but I'm not even gonna lie. I feel a bit of a way that you've actually did." I actually did mention it. I shouldn't have. I should have just gone with it. But that did something to me, I'll be honest. Yeah, absolutely. Because the truth is that, in my opinion, if someone is, as a man is asking you to pay on the first date, half, in my experience, they're not looking for something serious, in my experience. But I will always offer, and I will pay it. But it will, there'll be detriment there. And maybe that is why I was single for a long time.
And we're old school.
Yeah, I'm old school.
We're
because also, I don't go on a lot of dates. So when I finally decide I don't go on a lot of dates, and I do understand why men are a little bit, a bit more tighter with the person, because they go on a date.
Because some women,
right, left, and centre.
do.
So to me, I'll be like, then pick a bit, be a bit more choosy then, because if you've gone to 5 dates and I'm the 6th date, of course you're not going to want to go hard. I will take offence to that. Because I'm going, because we've, apart from a couple of times I've tried just to go very, within the first time of speaking to them. But most of the time we would have been speaking for a couple of weeks before we meet up. So I'm like, I've invested in this. I'm not talking to anyone else. I can't do this whole multi-dating thing. So yes, that is my expectation. Yeah. Princess type, maybe, I don't know. Nah.
I was about to say that you're a princess.
No.
Then I will.
It's not being a princess.
Where's my little
Obviously, I'm
crown?
a woman of a certain age, and back in the day, this wasn't an issue, this whole who pays or whatever. It was always the guys.
Standard.
Yeah, maybe it's because I dated predominantly Nigerian guys. Like, if you took out your money to pay, they're offended. So
wait, hold on,
it's getting used to this new way of whatever. I can't. I'm old.
So you dated a lot of Nigerian guys and they offered to pay.
Yeah.
No, they offered to pay. They
just paid.
Yeah, they.
Oh, because they're not likely using their own money. That's why.
You're probably right. Actually.
Yeah, they're probably using their money.
I know. Look, we're not knocking.
The whole week, 9 to 5, whatever they're doing. Yeah, no.
Yeah. So and I've even dated people, like one of my long-term boyfriends in my 20s. Every time we went out, he always paid. Like would offer to, but he was just like, no, I've got this. But he had a very good job and stuff like that. So it's very weird for me now. Like, I went on a date with someone and I had to pay. The thing is, he asked me out. Like, I wouldn't have left my house had I known that I had to pay. I would have said, let's leave it for another time because I was due to travel. And then took me to book some expensive restaurant. And then at the end, he was like, oh, pay 50-50. And this was after he said, oh, he's in banking, he's in that, which must have been a lie, obviously. He was Ghanaian, by the way. Sorry, Ghanaians. But he made me pay 50-50. I paid it because I always go out with my money, but it just put me off. I just thought, no, you've asked me out to surprise me. I wouldn't have left my house, or I would have said, let's go to Nando's. So I wasn't spending so much money. So, but that's my opinion. It's old-fashioned, but it
just out of curiosity, the guy that always paid, how come you? What happened to that relationship? What happened to?
Oh God,
what happened to that relationship?
We went through. It wasn't nothing to do with him paying or anything like that.
Okay, no, I just want to know.
We went through a life-changing event. How do I say this without going in? Because this will go into another topic. Which drew us apart.
Right. Okay.
And we still I even actually spoke to him a year or so ago. He reconnected, but that pulled us apart. We could have possibly got married.
Okay, all right.
But
okay,
but
cool.
it was nothing to do with
All right, okay, all right. You know what? Because I don't have context. Because I won't have context, I won't double down.
It's
okay,
hard
fair
to,
enough.
But we went through something quite dramatic, and
you both are princesses though, just an FYI.
I will take that title.
I'm a princess. I'm an African girl. I'm just used to.
But that doesn't mean, by the way, that I won't, after that, I will pay my bit and stuff. But there's just something about a man just taking lead. And I will tell you, most men who don't, they're not, their intention isn't on, unless they've had 5, but then it's best that you go date those people then. And come back to me when you're whatever, because I don't really multi-date. So I expect a little bit more like that. But also, they are not interested.
Okay,
they're not That's their way to show you they're investing a little bit. Yes, why does it have to be fun? It doesn't even have to. Take me on a picnic. Get all the stuff and I will be great. But then the second date, though, if after that. Anyway, we'll go somewhere else.
Touching on what she just said. When I've been in a relationship, there has been times when I have paid, but I'm just talking about the initial courting stage. You've asked me out, Davina, come out. I've taken time to get ready. Other than that, if I know I'm just paying, I might as well just go out with Sabrina or something.
It's true.
Do you know what I mean? Because I'll be paying 50-50 if we're,
Okay, just a side question.
I'm willing to pay.
Side question.
Yeah.
Would you both classify yourself as strong, independent women?
Love the show? Show some love back.
Like, follow, and subscribe. We are on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook. You know the drill.
All under at the Davina
And Sabrina Show. Honestly, okay, so
she can answer for us because I think the whole
I just think that, like, I wouldn't say, no, I'm the strong independent. No, I never describe myself. I actually don't describe myself like that. I do feel like I do have to be in my sort of masculine sort of energy, but deep down, I just want to be just taken care of. Like I do. Like I'm a nurturer.
You know what? I like the honesty. I love the honesty.
Deep down, but
we're tired.
I'm tired.
Honestly,
I just want to go out and look pretty. And actually, I would love. I'll be honest.
That.
You know what it is? I would love to go out and not have to feel like I have to bring my wallet and my purse. I would love that.
I've had a boyfriend like that.
I will always bring my thing just in case. I would love to just have the confidence. I'll be honest, to be like,
my
you know
man's
what?
got it.
Oh, I left my wallet at home. This is. I don't. But it will be an off-putting thing. And no, actually, I do. I like the idea of being submissive in its own time.
Same here.
There's times that you are going to have to be this independent stuff because maybe the person you're with is lost his job or whatever, and you're gonna carry
can take the reins.
But I need to have seen that you've got the ability to carry me through first. I'm tired.
And lead.
I've been single. Do you know what it is? I've been single for a very long time. Yeah, maybe because we're gonna go into my green flags and red flags. Yeah, maybe. But to me, those are standards. So actually, with that, what are some of your top, let's just say for a few red flags, other than what we just talked about, because that is a red flag for us, we know, and it's a red flag for most women of a certain caliber, that's for sure.
And then a certain age.
And a certain age. I'll be honest, a certain age. You're right.
Definitely a certain age.
Yeah. Sure.
Showing displays of violence, so that could be verbal or physical, like really demeaning, putting you down. No emotional intelligence, so not being able to communicate, being open with your feelings. One, I definitely always say when someone has no friends, I've got an experience of that, but I'll come to that.
That's actually an interesting one.
No friends, no family to speak of, but we'll come into that in a minute. And lying. I would say those are my top ones, definitely lying. And things just, like I'm this, but then when you think about it, that's not right. And then you just continually see the lying. I've experienced that a lot in previous relationships. So I met a guy, this was years ago, and I don't know if you've ever had like a first date where it's just the attraction, it was just like off the hook. And I think that's why I sort of overlooked this red flag initially, because the attraction was there. We've had so much in common and everything. Then what I'm used to, I don't know about you, Sabrina, when it comes to a certain part in a relationship, like you get introduced to first maybe the friends when it's getting serious, then the family later. Obviously, there's a time and place for that. But this guy was like,
he had no friends.
I don't have no friends. I said, so... And then, I said, so don't you go out with? He goes, no, I just keep myself to myself. I said, you don't even have one friend? He was like, no. I said, what about family? Oh, no, I don't really speak to them, because he was saying all the falling outs he had. And I said, oh, what about like a cousin? He goes, oh, yeah, one cousin in Birmingham, but I don't speak to him. And I don't know, something in my mind said, look, he's keeping something. Either he's got like a family elsewhere. That's why he's saying that, because obviously he doesn't want me speaking to... And then, like, I just feel getting to know the person's friends and family, you get a better idea overall of the person's character. And two, it sort of shows that they can maintain relationships which are not just like romantic, but also like friendship basis. So, and I just kept on at it. We even actually had an argument. I said, you can't, not one. Like, everyone's got one friend. And the fact is, he grew up here. Like, I could understand if he grew up in Africa, he's come here. But he grew up here. He was Jamaican heritage.
Yes,
and he didn't have one friend. And then the one cousin, I can't get there. Because I could get there. So
right now, you met somebody, like, okay, you went through that. You met somebody, you've gone on a nice date, and he says, got no friends, and you double down on
I think they're hiding something.
Straight away, would you just say, do you know what? Nice date, but I won't see you again. Would you do that?
I just think you're hiding something. Sure. I'm sorry.
It's a good concept.
Maybe if they had moved here from Africa and all their family was back home, maybe I could accept that. But the fact that you've lived up here and you don't have one, I'm not saying you have to have a 20,000.
Yeah, a lot of men don't always have.
But isn't that weird?
It is a bit weird.
He's the only man in my whole entire years of living on this earth I've seen that. Everyone at least has one friend.
Yeah.
Or one aunt who can...
Yeah. To be fair, I mean, I wouldn't...
Would you still... but don't you feel that shows how that person
you're right.
potentially
I
they
would
can't
find
maintain...
it odd.
Yeah.
I would find it odd. But would that be the deciding factor? I probably will go on a few dates before...
I did go on a few dates. I did.
But that's a good...
Hold on.
Yeah.
Hold the hell on. You knew from Jump Street that this guy had no friends, family, or acquaintances.
Not the first date. This was like the second. Yeah. There was
so hold on, wait.
Because obviously we weren't. This is when we were just time had gone on. I was just like,
coordinator is
stop.
Yeah.
The second date, you knew he had no friends, family, or acquaintances to speak of, and you went on a date after that.
No.
It's like serial killer vibe.
Did you go on a date after you found that out?
I'm trying to think. Hold on, this was
you probably
ago.
did.
You did.
Because it was such a great first date. And he paid.
No. So let me say now. So I think on the second date,
right,
we discussed that, and then we further discussed it on the phone afterwards, and that's when he got into an argument. So I only went on like 2 dates with him.
Right. Okay.
But it was just electric. Probably it was just based on physical attraction,
chemistry and all that.
But he was tall. I thought it just made me feel like
I probably would have gone on another date though as well.
But I went on two. I went on. No, but I found out. Yeah. But I found out.
Hold on.
No, but I found out. No.
You shut your mouth, Davina. Hold on a second to backline. She just said some nonsense.
Yeah, that is
you
nonsense,
said,
Sabrina.
Even though you knew he had no friends, family, or acquaintances to speak of, if after the second date, you still would have gone on a third date.
I mean,
you would have ended up in a potato sack in the ground.
Yeah, probably.
No, that's not safe. That's not safe.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, hear that.
That's
Actually, I didn't think of it that. Yeah, it is safe. It's not safe. It is like
risky.
Like, it could
So
be
these men out there
Jeffrey
saying
Dahmer. Jeffrey Dahmer didn't
it's
have
so
any
true.
friends, did he?
Jeez. Oh God.
Actually, did he have friends?
No.
But yeah, he didn't.
He just kidnapped man and ate them.
So Sabrina, that is definitely a red flag.
It is a red flag. But it's a good red flag. Do you know what? I've never heard anyone put that in there, like in all the discussions.
He's the first one I've ever seen, and I just didn't understand because he was so charismatic, but then so was Jeffrey Dahmer. But
so that's a red flag you're willing to ignore.
Yeah.
I mean, until we had this conversation, it's not something.
And I felt
probably not. The way that you're right. There is
This is why.
Suspicious about that. I'll be honest. So,
this is why.
This is why it's good to talk.
Yes. Do you? Okay. Just complete segue. Do you guys have any like strong male friends?
Yes.
You do.
If I had asked them that question, they would probably say exactly.
Ask your male friend this question.
Yeah, I do. They will say exactly.
I asked my brother a lot of stuff.
Ask the strong male friends about this particular question. I want to know their answers because you lot are chatting doo-doo. I can't believe you go on another date.
No, not me.
No, so not you, Sabrina. She want to go on a date after my man ain't got no friends.
That's my red
The reality is, right, he's either a psychopath or, like you said, he's probably married.
I think he was married.
Yeah, he's probably married.
He was too suave, and he was love bombing me as well. That's another one of.
Then it's crazy. You would end up in a potato sack.
Yeah, because he was just like, "Oh, Davina." I felt like a teenager. I was just like, "Oh my God," he just.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
And then, sorry to say, this has nothing to do with the whatever, but up until then, I never kissed on the first date. But he actually broke my, because I was just so.
Oh, he put a spell on you.
He just put a spell on me. I don't know. Maybe he had something on his lips.
Nah, man.
Put me on whatever,
Us as Jamaicans, we're demons.
And he was so tall.
We're demons. Yeah. Jamaicans are demons.
I remember speaking to you afterwards. I don't know or maybe it was my other friend. And I was like, oh, this guy. I just felt like I just found my Prince Charming. But then afterwards, like, I came from the drug, and I just
That wedding would have been one-sided to backside. Just your family and him. Just you, your family, and him.
And he's like, what?
He'd be like, "Where's the groomsman?"
I'll be like, "What about the cousin in Birmingham? Oh, he couldn't make it."
Just a priest, you, him, and your family.
That would be deep.
But to be honest, my family could be enough for two families. To be fair,
True.
So big, but still,
that's a red flag. That's a good red flag, actually.
And also, children, they'll never know their dad's side of the
Yeah, because he'd be lying. He's lying. He's lying. Oh, jeez.
Oh, gosh. So what about yours, Sabrina? And have there been red flags you've,
ignored?
Ignored as well, yeah.
So my red flags, I was top. There's probably quite a few, but the top, lack of communication. I cannot. Lack of communication and transparency. I just really, because I would like to believe that I'm really good at communicating, and if it's always one-sided, it's not. So, but generally speaking, in my older years, I haven't ignored that. That is so important for me, right from the early bat, from the conversation before I meet them. There needs to be this openness, and then what's it called? Lack of accountability. Always kind of, I always just blaming other people, and so I don't like that. It shows lack of growth, and that is a very big turn off for me, especially in my years. And someone that's been with a man before as well. Yeah, that's I can't. I'm telling you, that's actually my top red flag.
You know what? I've never heard that as a red flag before.
It is.
Okay.
And I've actually been on dates, and I've asked people, have they been with a man? It is, I will be with you for 10 years and you tell me you've been with a man. I don't know if the love, like, I can overlook it. I don't.
That must be a big thing now, because I've never ever thought to ask that.
I feel so bad because I had a really good couple of dates with somebody, and I asked, and he told me, and I was like,
you know what? That makes me think I could have dated
right
someone
there
who
and
was...
then. Right there and then, I was like, this has been great, but I cannot. Yeah. But I'll be your friend, though. Like, carry on, tell me why. And straight away compartmentalize it. No, I can't. Yeah, that's a big red flag.
It's a red flag right there.
I don't know why.
I feel like maybe I could have dated someone who was that way, and I didn't know.
The person said, he felt bad that he had asked me, that he was honest with me, because he actually feels most men
because what made you
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm intuitive. Like, he wasn't like feminine or anything like that, but I'm actually very intuitive. Like I just, but what it is, I pick up on vibes of like people's energies, not about the feminine, but what you've been, and it just, I get this picture. But since asking that person, I'd never asked anyone before that. After that, I ask people now.
I need to start adding that to my list.
So yeah, that's that. Those are the main one: communication, transparency, and those are the main red flags. There's loads of others, but we can go on. I think those are the main ones. And the things that don't add up, the stories that don't add up. And yes, I have overlooked that, and I wouldn't even call it lying. It's just like creating stories. Like, so I met this person a long time ago, and I really actually liked him. And but again, keep talking about being naturally intuitive. Like, there's a couple of stuff he would mention, and I'm like, doesn't quite fit. So then I'll question it, because I am a person, I will ask questions. And sometimes it can come from a place of insecurity. That's what they think. But no, it's just, I think in pictures. I like, because when I give information, I give information. I'm like, this doesn't, and then I had a dream. I had a dream, and I remember I told him, I was like, I had this dream. I think I really believe now. Yeah, he had a whole other family or something. And I remember, after that thing started, he ghosted me actually. He ghosted me actually after that, because I think he just couldn't, because I would ask questions. I wasn't just, but I really liked him. You can overlook. So I overlooked it for a little while, but deep down I was like, things are not adding up. My guy was telling me that he said to me, he's in an Uber, or no, he's in a taxi, a taxi, in a black cab going somewhere. I'd already been in his car, and his car has a beep, beep, beep. You know when the sensor thing? So he's telling me, and he's in a black cab, but clearly he wasn't.
But you can hear the beep.
No, because when he was driving, and he forgot what he'd already said. And he was like, I heard him just like get a bit like annoyed. I was like, oh, I get road rage. But I said, you're not driving. I still get road rage. And then next thing you know,
you get road rage in a taxi.
Beep, 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 beep. I was like, I thought you was in a black cab. Because I am. I'm like, your sense of things is, and I can't even remember what he said.
Stuttered. Yeah.
No, he didn't even stutter. He said what he said, and I was like, okay. I'm sure the phone went dead after that.
Yeah.
But anyway, that just stories just need to match up. Let's just be honest and transparent.
Yeah, that actually reminds me of a story. So when I was 19, my first proper boyfriend, and I always had a rule, because I was quite young, I'm not going to date anyone over 25, because I just felt like 30 was ancient. Yeah. So anyway, this guy who I'd mentioned it to before when we were friends, we started dating, and he said he was 24 going on 25. So when you're relaxed, that is when lies come out. So we were sitting down one Saturday evening, just chilling, watching TV. And then my maths is not the greatest, but we were talking over something. And then I thought for a minute, that makes you 26 going on 27. And then when I confronted him with it, he was just like, oh no, I didn't say that I was 24. I said I was that or whatever. So I just put it down to like, maybe I made a mistake. I wasn't listening or whatever. I was quite young then. So I just thought, but you know, when something in you saying, oh, something's not right. So anyway, later on, I find out he's 30, here illegally, using a family member's details to work here. So that's why I always say, any red flags, listen to them, guys, because boy, so this guy lied. So clearly he had told me that he was 24 when I first met him, but he was lying. He was 30. And bear in mind, I was like 18, 19. That's a big off man. That's wrong, in my opinion. Yeah. So yeah, listen to your red flags. And when the lies don't match up, get out.
Yeah. Okay, what about green flags?
Green flags, I would say good communicator.
Yes.
Emotionally intelligent, so able to share your feelings, don't do the whole silent treatment. Similar values.
Yeah, true.
And just being truthful. And also one thing, I've had this again in a previous relationship, being jealous and distrustful of me. So I feel obviously trust needs to be two-way. But if you're always accusing me like, oh, you're doing this or whatever, like maybe it might be through your experiences from other relationships, but don't bring that into ours. So I would say those top 4. So with the values, I was in a long-term relationship. The guy was amazing. However, I was A, he was B on so many things, from children. Well, we discussed children. Obviously, we didn't have children. To who's going to pay the bills, who's, you know, so many different things which would affect like our life if we were to get married. We just were completely different, even with religion. So, yeah, I would say those top 4 things would be my green flags that we have to, just so the relationship can be successful. But what about you?
Be truthful, you've probably found all of those 4 and still not given them a chance, right?
Yes.
Well, we are messed up.
Maybe, but maybe that comes back to the, like, oh, he's too nice. Too nice.
That's the point. We are just not okay, are we?
This is why I'm X age and I...
This is why some women are deemed crazy. Because they have everything that's right, but there's still something wrong.
Yeah,
they're never satisfied.
Have some...
A little bit of... But I think there's a difference between, like, there's the green and then things that are negotiable, non-negotiable. The reason, because for me, similar, opposite of my red flags, good communicator. I need someone that's, that can communicate, that's transparent, so we can, you know, same values, like you say. Yeah, those things are important. You need to know that you're going in the right direction. And someone that allows, someone that's funny, man. It has to be fun. I need to be able to laugh.
Yeah.
And, like, I don't take I take life seriously, but there's another part, I like to laugh at myself. So you need to be able to laugh at myself. And then, but allow me to be me, because I'm a bit like, I could be a bit clumsy and quirky and whatever, so I don't want to feel like walking on eggshells, because I would say the wrong thing at one point and boy, that would be a problem. It would dump me. But more importantly, about the non-negotiables and negotiables, because, and those change. So you need to know the base of what you won't, the non-negotiables, because I know, like, there was time I had a red flag many years ago, when I had many years ago, I put my husband list, I posted it on top of my wall, and I was looking at it every single day. And then one of the things on there, I would circle what's the negotiable, non-negotiable, and one of them that I circled was, you must have, and this is so bad because I'm in a different place now, but you must have a car and a driving license. No, not a car. You don't have to have a car. So I put on there, my dream, whatever, had a car, but I didn't circle it to say non-negotiable. I didn't mind you didn't have a car. But the non-negotiable is that if I'm meeting someone at our age, there was just, you know, about 38 or whatever I was, you need to have had a license.
A license, that's
so I met somebody and honestly, we got on so well. He was funny, Within a few days, we were talking, and actually, and I just brought up this list thing. I was just really open, just talking, and you know, one of the things I was like, this. He asked me what's on there, and I was like reading it, and it was like, oh, I've got to be honest with you, I don't have a license.
Isn't that a basic skill though?
Well, I'd be honest, right there and then I said, oh, do you know what? Now, I didn't say it right there, I had to think about it, but I woke up the next, I was like, no, I wrote this for a reason. And I said to him, you know what, and we hadn't even met up yet, by the way. This was all good conversations. And actually and we still carried on speaking for, maybe it wasn't straight away, it was after a week or two actually. So, and I was like, yeah, I can't, I don't know what it is, but I put that as my non-negotiable. I don't think that's so bad. No, wait, because the thing is, it was only about, when I actually grew up a little bit more, about a year later, I actually was thinking, I thought, that was the dumbest thing ever. Like, I could have really helped him get his license. But I had just moved far out of London. I'm like, am I going to be the one that's always driving? And the purpose of this story is that, and we got back in contact, but he actually never forgave me for it.
Did he pass his test?
Yeah, for a couple of years. But I felt so bad because we actually really got on, and I was attracted to him. There was a lot of really, to be fair, there was other issues really. Yeah. So maybe again, it's a God blessing.
That was just a contribution.
Honestly,
yeah.
But I do wish that I didn't let that be a non-negotiable. Yeah. And so my thing is like, be open. It can chop and change. You know what's non-negotiable, but be like just. Be realistic. Yeah. What impact is it that he didn't have he never forgave me after that, I'll be honest. He didn't. So okay. So DNS time?
Is it? Yeah.
So you are picking.
Am I picking? Oh gosh. Oh damn, oh my God. See, I'm not doing any treats. Yeah. Oh, we didn't even tell them about the treat last time, but anyway, we'll talk about oh God. Oh no. Okay, so this is scream racial slurs every time you taste something good, or make a living scamming the elderly. What the? Okay. Who thinks of these questions? That is insane.
I do.
Production. Oh my God. Right. Okay. Well, I can't scam the elderly because no, I can't do that. No, because someone stole from my grandma a cash machine once. I can't do that. Yeah.
I guess it's not so bad if racial slurs towards black people, towards white people.
Every single. So you're tasting some good plantain. You Jewish.
Well, I just won't go out for dinner anymore. I just.
So you're gonna starve to death?
No. I'll eat dinner at home. And
you'd be like,
don't
even want to say
yeah, no, we can't. No.
You're black.
Yeah, but if I say that, I'm black myself, innit?
It's racial slurs, isn't it? It's a racial slur.
I'll choose that. Yeah.
I'll choose that, but I wouldn't go out to a restaurant. Yeah.
No, I'm doubling down. You have to go out to a restaurant.
Why did I say that?
You have to. I was always going to double down.
It's too easy. It's
too easy. You have to go out to a high-end restaurant, taste the filet mignon.
And say, this black woman...
you white!
Oh, God, you white C word, yeah. Oh, my God. Oh, God.
So bad.
Maybe I could do that and then just say I was drunk. I'm so sorry. Or I'm on medication. Yeah. Yeah, I can't...
You could say you had Tourette's.
Yeah, I just say I've got Tourette's. Yeah. I'll scream the racial slur.
You shouldn't be.
Yeah. I've got Tourette's. I've got a mental problem. Yeah. And I think people would probably move away from me and think I've got a mental health problem. So I would choose that. Yeah. But I can't scam the elderly. No, my grand's been All right. Took her money. Cool.
Well, geez. These questions. But anyway, don't forget to subscribe and like and share. We are on YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram, all under the Davina Sabrina Show. Continue to share the love. We love you all. Take care.
Bye.
Shout it